Alright, what is up, guys? We are playing KOTOR again in the Valley of the Dark Lords, and we have a ton of different quests here. For right now, gonna keep getting a move on.
Yes?
Little baddies there.
Yes? Never too old for this! What?
Oh yeah. I almost forgot to mention. Well, that's cool. You can party selection and return to everyone. I almost forgot we were going to get Karth out of the group probably and swap in somebody else. He's not bad. Jolie, we're keeping around.
What? Sure.
Whenever I give the party Master Valor. Yeah, he's got a lot of wisdom and charisma. Karth mainly is... he's just kind of chilling, really. Karth is actually about to hit a level, so maybe we keep him around. I have so many saves. I need to get rid of some of these saves. Heading into this cave system. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. Strength is like only good for melee, and he was given 13 off the bat. Like that doesn't really make sense. I guess they put it that way so that if you really wanted to, you could build Karth as a melee character. The question is, do we have enough levels left to get another attribute point? Because if we do, then the dex is worth it. Treat injury as always, just in case he needs to use a med pack. We're at the point, he already has master conditioning, he already has level 3 implants. None of the other ones are even remotely worth it, like none of these are worth it. These are all just slotting into skills that are not very useful. He was given Power Blast and Power Attack when he started, but those are bad compared to Rapid Shot. It's just that the AI scripting never wants to use the powers correctly, so he's always using like the wrong one.
Sure.
There might be some good loot in this cave. I can't remember if this is the cave that has good loot or not. These things aren't even lootable, so there's definitely got to be some loot somewhere, right? Yeah, there's a Sith corpse right there.
Time to rumble!
That's not bad. That can't be the only thing here, right? Another corpse with nothing on it. I wonder if there's a quest to grab something off of a body in here and we have to go back for it. Oh, there's the Tukata.
And you need?
I'll make this guy go in real quick.
What?
Oh, we got multiple Tukata. I thought it was like a singular beast.
What?
You asked for this! Time to rumble! How'd you like that?
Oh yeah, those things are actually worth a lot of XP. Seems like sometimes they're resisting my force power.
And you need?
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, we're just putting them down with that force lightning. Anybody here have demolitions? I don't think so. Oh, one second. Nope, nobody. has
Ready?
demolitions
What?
here. We're just rolling past that like it doesn't exist. Front row.
Hold it right there, whoever you are. We're not going back to the academy. We'll kill you rather than go back. So what is it then? If you're not here to kill us or bring us back, why are you here? Speak up! Help us? Why should I believe that this isn't some kind of trick? Open fire! Get them!
What?
Get them!
Oh, I must have pressed the wrong thing. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I pressed 2 instead of 1.
Hold it right there. You mean you aren't here to kill us or bring us back? I find that hard to believe. The only way into these caves is through the academy. You must be a Sith. So what is it then, if you... So you have heard about us? Yes, we ran away before Master Uthar could execute us. Is that so hard to believe? My name is Thalia May. The others here and myself refused to murder a bunch of people on a whim from Master Uthar.
Oh.
So here we are.
These
We
are the
thought
people
that
that
becoming a
refused
Sith
to
was what
murder
we always
people.
wanted, but that wasn't true.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Now all we want is to get out of here. Fair enough?
That should be better looking. No, yeah, okay.
Help us? Why should I believe that this isn't some kind of trick? You want to help us? All right, I can think of a way. We're stuck in these caves, obviously, or we would have been long gone. There's a passage to the surface through the caves, but we're blocked by some kind of large creature. We can't defeat it. If you could kill it and clear up the passageway for us, we could escape. That would be help enough. Can you do that? I'll believe that when I see it. But if you could, we would be grateful.
So we found them before crossing over to the other side. Yeah, sorry about not turning the light on sooner. better. I could have sworn I remembered there being some special gear in this cave. Unless I'm thinking of another cave. Oh, it's the Tarentatech. We got this. This dude's fucking dead. So we do this, and then we queue up a bunch of Force Lightnings. Do this, Force Lightning. And then Master Rapid Shot. See how it goes.
Ready? Ha! How'd you like that?
Yes?
Oh shit, he's already going to the next one.
Here!
How did I get over here?
I still...
You know what's fucked up? I feel like I do more damage with my lightsabers. I do more damage with my lightsabers than I do with my force powers. And I'm
So,
literally a
Jolie,
consular.
you decided to leave your little hermitage in the forest and come help us stop the Sith. I guess you realized this was worth coming out of retirement for, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since Exar Kun, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc.
Okay, old man, you lost me there. You trying to make a point?
Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic, most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces. Malak is a tyrant who should be stopped. If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually, it'll come around again. But I'd rather not wait that long. So we do what we have to do, and we try to stop the Sith. But don't start thinking this war, your war, is more important than any other war just because you're in it.
That's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it. The Republic stands for something. It stood for something for 15,000 years, and if it falls, everything will change forever.
You believe whatever you need to get through this, Sonny. The bottom line is we both want to stop Malak. So let's not get hung up on the details. Let's just get back to stopping him.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So I see what they're trying to do with Jolie's character in that sense. Karth was just kind of making a comment like, you know, glad, you know, not even saying glad you decided to come along, but whatever. And then the point he's making is that people are arrogant and they think that their conflicts are more important than other conflicts, but like Karth didn't say that. Like Karth literally just said, guess he figured this was worth coming out of retirement for. You know, he didn't say this was like the conflict to end all conflicts, but like if you're fighting in a war and you don't think it's important, then like why are you there? Like if you're like, oh, this is useless because another war is going to happen, or this is useless because other wars have been fought in the past. It's like you're not really saying anything. It's just like I can't tell if it's nihilism or if there's another term for it. But it's like, what's the point? To not get invested in what you're doing? Like, I think that's really, it's interesting that they would have a character that just like tries to act all high and mighty and say like, oh, you guys are so stupid for caring about the conflict that you're in right now. And then my guy, I was like, if you feel that way, why'd you come with us? You know? If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually it'll come around again. We'd rather not wait that long. Yeah, and he says it like he's going to be alive for that long. Yeah, kind of pointless conjecture from Jolie there.
And you need?
And I think they were thinking he was going to come across as wise, but he's really just like self-important. I think Karth has a point too. If the Republic falls, like everybody's going to be in a worse position. So why are they like why would you even argue semantics? I will say Jolie has not really said anything so far that makes me really love him as a character. People really love this guy, but I feel like he's kind of like pseudo-intellectual sometimes. And that was definitely a case of pseudo-intellectualism. Like, he basically just said that for no reason. Duran's journal. Masasi ceremonial armor, 900 credits. Is that armor better than what he has right now? No. It's probably worth money, but it's not worth anything. It's not worth anything in the sense of like your build. Oh yeah, so this is like, I'm pretty sure this is the best set of Jedi robes in the game because it was one of the only robes in the original game without mods that had stat upgrades, I think. It looks exactly the same as the one I was wearing already. They could at least give it a new model. Give it a recolor or something. Oh, he can't even wear those because he's not even light side.
Ready?
What?
I just thought it was interesting to point out that aspect of Jolie because he's like he basically had no reason to even say anything. But honestly, it kind of tracks. He's like the grumpy old man that just kind of like says shit. And it's like, how many more wars do you think Karth is going to fight in? I don't know. I don't want to beat the topic to death, but I find it irritating sometimes. I find it like mildly irritating, that point of view, which is good because then it means you're feeling something about the game. But it's like, yeah, it makes full sense that Karth would be like, you know, yeah, this conflict is important, and if Malak takes over, it's going to be like, it's going to suck for the whole galaxy. And to say otherwise is like pretty naive, I feel like, or just pretty like whatever.
So, is there news? Is the passageway clear?
Did I clear it? I don't know if I cleared it or not.
Thank you. Maybe. At any rate.
I think I cleared it. I couldn't tell if I was like lying to her or not. I'm pretty sure I cleared it. Okay, cool. I accidentally skipped through the dialogue, but they essentially said they were going to go into the Jedi Order, so that's cool. With Dantooine destroyed, I don't know where you guys are going to go, but... What's interesting is, like, Dantooine is, like, the main Jedi Enclave, and I don't think Coruscant has Jedi on it, or at least not, like, a large, like, force of Sith Masters and stuff, so... They don't really have anywhere else to go where there's like a ton of masters. Oh yeah, one of the cooler looking places in this game.
Beware of the Tukata. They are a pack beast that have their name.
Look, unless you're willing to lend a hand, leave us to our work.
I'm like the most Jedi-looking Jedi in here, and they just let me on the planet because they think I'm a Sith. I'm gonna take stuff from your box real quick.
Oh, hello to you. You're new to the Academy, aren't you? I can't say we've ever met. Galen Lore, at your service.
No idea the Sith were here so long ago.
Not from this far back. These ruins date back to a period when the Sith were first formed, before their exile into the far reaches of space. It's quite fascinating. I've been working on a translation of some of the runes by this tomb. I'm quite excited. This may very well be the tomb of Ajunta Paul. Ajunta Paul was one of the first of the great Sith Lords. He rebelled against his Jedi Masters and led the way for the rest of us that followed. These runes claim that he was interred here, and I wonder if his sword might not be here as well. According to legend, Ajunta Paul created a sword of terrible power. Someone who located it could gain considerable prestige. Well, a few of the Boulder students have tried. They did not return. As I understand it, the tombs are quite dangerous. From what I've been told, the tombs have old traps and machines that are still active. They were designed to keep out intruders when they were made, and still do. I suppose if the Academy wanted to make a concerted effort, the tomb would be opened. But I think Master Uthar prefers to keep it as a challenge for the students. Nothing at all. The legends don't say anything about it. Of course.
Interesting. So this Lashao person is waiting for me in, amongst the pillars. It's interesting just
Ready?
back in this era,
Yes?
Sure.
the Sith had their own soldiers, like those armored troopers instead of stormtroopers, and it's kind of cooler. There she is. This quest is interesting because I'm not sure how you're able to do this without either losing prestige to Lashao or like getting dark side points for like killing her or disrupting her.
There you are, finally. If you were any later in showing up, we would have had to abandon this. I've been calling to the Takata mother in their language. She should respond fairly... Ah, here she comes now.
Oh shit.
Get ready. This will not be easy.
Yeah, whatever. We got her. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have Karth take on the other one. I'm gonna have Jolie hit the other one.
Sure.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
Wonderful. The beast is dead. We work better together than I would have hoped. And here is the holocron.
What?
Such a small
have to go
thing
into
to
a
be
tomb?
so valuable and require so much effort to obtain. I'll just run along now and give this to Master Uthar. I'll be sure to tell him of your contribution, naturally. Forget it. I'm not waiting up for you. That wasn't our plan anyway. Back off. I'm warning you. I'm not giving this up. Over my dead body.
That can be arranged.
Yeah?
How'd you like that?
You don't even get dark side points for doing that? That's hilarious. Look how far the thing is above the light. It just keeps going higher. Yeah, I'll take your holocron. I thought we were going to have to go into one of these tombs. Tomb of Tulak Horde. Nice. Anybody who's played Star Wars The Old Republic will have heard these names before, like if anyone's played the MMO. Advanced adrenaline amplifier. My reflex saves are the lowest. Maybe I want this. Fortitude is like force resistance, though. I'm pretty sure Karth has served his purpose because we were dealing with Dustle on the last part. Yeah. So, who are we bringing if not Karth? Juhani? Could bring Mission. I do have a piece of armor that I want to give her. Not the... Yeah, her dex bonus is kind of locked a little bit. She's like such a skill-centric character in a game where skills really don't matter. I mean, if you give her implants... Yeah, we ended up just giving her dueling.
Sure.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not gonna dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So... Oh. Hey there. It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right? I don't see the Sith Lord standing here. I see a friend who's been with us through thick and thin. Remember, Malik's the one who tried to destroy Terrace. Hey there. I don't know anything about Korriban, but I get a bad feeling in this place. If there's such a thing as an evil planet, this is it. Sorry I can't be more help. Okay.
So her stealth is at 38?
Yes?
Does that make her good? Like, what if I try using her? I have a save from 25 hours. Oh wow, that's a while ago. I feel like Mission and Jolie wouldn't have a lot of interesting things to say to each other, but there's probably a thing or two that they've said. Let's see what we got going on here.
What?
See, bringing her along is actually kind of smart because she has really high... Oh wow, her repair and computer use are terrible. What the hell? What are her skills? Demolition, stealth, awareness, security, and treat injury.
No one's gonna see this mission.
Uh-oh. It's time to step in, gang. motherfucker's just resisting my force powers.
Huh?
Well, it's because I'm fairly certain in order to use mission correctly, she has to be like stealthed, like before combat starts. I think if she's not, that doesn't work. Can take these guys out in one hit. Dire Tukata.
Get me.
Probably gonna end up knocking. No, Jolie, what are you doing?
Take that.
Kind of regret bringing Mission along. Ooh, Mandalorian Battle Line. Didn't we already have that? I feel like we had that. Yeah, we're gonna swap Mission out. I don't understand the stealth mechanic. Like, I think I know what they were going for, but I am not a huge fan. No, not Zalbar. Zalbar just like says nothing. One of the things that sucks about losing Bastila in your party is that she's like one of the only companions that's like genuinely interesting a lot of the time. Like past a certain point. Like Zalbar is interesting when you're on Kashyyyk. Canderous is cool if you're going dark side, same with HK. Mission kind of like falls off as a companion after you've done her storyline, which I think is kind of something that happens a lot in these games, in both of the games. Once you've done the companion storyline, there's not a lot to explore with them. But Bastila and Karth are like two of the main companions in terms of like how they react to your story. So we do have Deathfield and Force Storm. What was the other one that we could have gotten? I think those are like the two coolest force powers, I think.
Huh?
And Canderous. He's already got implant level 3. There's Master Toughness. I really want to give him armor that isn't so ugly. Yeah, his dexterity is actually fairly high, but he's just not wearing armor where he can get bonus from that. At one point he had Cassus Fett's armor on. This is just more bonuses, really.
Sure.
Tempted to have him wear it just because it fits him better, even if it doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense. Because the other armor was just so ugly. That is one thing with this game, like locking certain armors behind stats. Sometimes it sucks. Try out Force Storm. Literally everything with these. So it's kind of bad if you don't have an army of, if you don't have like a crowd full of guys to kill with it. It's not nearly as strong. Still really good. Death Field does the same thing except it heals you. Just making sure I got everything there. And just because I want to check. Ooh, that's neat. What's that? Some kind of like extra buff going on. Like that little... I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah.
Yes?
Canderous does have some demolitions. Noxious fumes. Oh shit, we're fucking dead, aren't we? Your party chokes and falls over.
Another idiotic student has stumbled into my little web, eh? Well, the contact nerve toxin in the air should knock you out quickly enough. Welcome. Awake already, are you? Good. This is the tomb of Sith Lord Tulak Horde, if you don't know. I've taken up residence here for now. It's dusty and full of critters, but it's home. Oh, yes. Introductions, of course. This other student here that I captured earlier, you should know well enough. Poor lad. He's had a hard day. My name is Jorak Ern. I was once the head of the academy, so I'm sure you've heard of me. No? Blast it. What have they been teaching you children in that academy these days? Anyhow, I'd like to propose that we move on to the main event. You see, I'd like to discover if you've got the pluck of an old-fashioned Sith. Most of the Drek Uthar has been passing through these days is so pathetic. Take young Miko here. I already tested him, didn't I, Miko? Yes, you're well.
Cruel disposition of a Sith, and not the dumb shit I'm looking for.
Then I'd say you have quite an imagination. Why, then you go free. Tell you what, I'll even pass on to you my own personal thesis on ancient Sith philosophies. They're based on all I've learned studying Tulak's tomb. They'll make you a better Sith, I'm sure. The chances of you passing, however, are sadly remote. Now, is that any kind of attitude to take with higher education? So then, this is how it goes. I'm going to pose a moral question to you. Get it right, and I torture Miko. Get it wrong, and I torture you. Miko here is a bit weak. He probably won't be able to take much more punishment. Mind you, get too many wrong, and you'll die yourself. I don't know what you think of Miko. Maybe you don't like him. Maybe you think he deserves to be murdered. Well, here's your chance, fair enough? Then you win. If you die, then he wins. I thought this was self-evident. Did you not grasp the concept earlier? Well then, any last comments before we begin, Miko?
We can both survive. Attacking together.
Now, dear lad, do you really think your friend here will answer questions wrong just to spare little you? Risking their own life? And how many correctly answered questions before you die? No, don't be silly. You had your chance, remember? On that note, let's begin. Now then, your immediate superior amongst the Sith is an effective commander and a fine leader. He trusts you and you like him. You see an opportunity to kill him. What do you do?
So the correct answer is probably to kill him.
Incorrect! What sort of thinking is that? If all the Sith thought as you did, we would all be soft like the Jedi. Ah, well, it's time for your punishment. And so we come to round 2. You come across a group of humans who are threatened by dangerous animals. They plead for help, offering you a reward. What do you do? And pass up the opportunity to gain? What kind of Sith are you going to be if you don't grab fate by the nose hairs? No. That is bad form. At any rate, here is your punishment. Let's see. Ah, yes. You discover an aspect of the Force that gives you great power. Do you share it and strengthen the Sith as a whole? Or keep it to yourself? Correct! Let them rip the secret from your cold, dead hands if they are strong enough. Oh, certainly you might share it with a few selected minions, but that, of course, is a completely different story. Well, it's sad to say, but it's that time again, Miko. Still going? All right, then. One of your underlings has made a major mistake which makes you look bad. He's normally very competent and skilled. Do you kill him or give him another chance? Correct. Publicly, if you can. There is no room for that level of failure. Not killing him would be seen as a sign of weakness, and then where would you be? Ah, Miko, the time has come once again, hasn't it? Last question. You're about to die. Do you pass on your knowledge to your apprentice to make him stronger? Or do you use your last breath to strike at your enemies? Such insolent students I get these days. You deserve this. And then some. I'll enjoy this one. Time for your medicine. Now, this is odd. The test is over and you're both still alive.
That's what I was trying to do. Have us
Well,
both
that's never
alive.
happened before. What to do? I suppose this means you can go, Miko. I'll have to just figure out what to do with our friend here. Run along now.
Or I could use the Force to free them. And we could kill you. Seems you didn't think of that, old man.
What? Mutiny! Behave, students! That's it! Detention for all of you! Permanent detention!
Yes?
That'll show you.
I guess he wasn't a true Sith after all. I can't believe that I'm alive. You saved me. You could have easily just answered those questions and let me die. Yes. Well, I see what you mean. I've never been on that side of the fence before. It makes you think. I'd be dead if you weren't... if you were proper Sith. But you're not, are you? Don't worry. I won't tell anyone. You mean the light side? I've never thought about that. Can Can you even go back? I've done some... I mean, I've hurt a lot of people.
There's always remorse and atonement. That's the harder path, though, boy. Think you can do that?
I don't think the light side is for me. But maybe neither are the Sith. Maybe it's time for me to leave. Thanks, I suppose. And good luck.
Nice. Tulok Horde's mask. Probably need to be full dark side. Wow, the stats on that are fucking terrible. Holy hell. Yeah, got a crystal. Got another violet crystal. Yeah, I think that was it. Kind of funny, you go to this ancient Sith tomb and the scariest thing is some old kook. It's not even like the ancient Sith coming from the dead or something. It's literally just some wacky old head of the academy and he's just hiding out in one of the tombs.
Yeah?
What?
Doesn't really make the Sith look very good. Yeah, I think force speed probably breaks this game. It breaks the AI pathing because they don't know where you are. Like you're moving too fast for the AI to catch up. And then a lot of the rooms, you just lose it as soon as you leave. Might as well go through all the tombs. Oh, that's right. That's the one you're not allowed to go into until you do all the... until you gain all the prestige with the Sith.
You should be careful if you're planning on entering this tomb. It's dangerous. There's an assassin droid in there, so Master Uthar says. It went insane and is holed up in there with a whole army of droids protecting it. I don't know. I think Master Uthar has left it in there as a challenge for any student brave enough to destroy it. Supposedly, if a student actually succeeds in destroying the droid, they'll get a great reward. Lots have tried, but nobody's succeeded yet. I don't think so. I've had a few friends go inside that haven't come out for a while now. I don't know. I think Master Seems that way. They say that its audio receptors became too sensitive and all the noise drove the droid nuts. If you're planning on going in, I suggest you use some sound suppressors or something, or you'll probably become a target right away. No idea.
It's building the droids on the inside. Marco Ragnos. I think I remember what Marco Ragnos' armor looks like, at least in Star Wars: The Old Republic, because I have the set of armor. Yeah, I'm probably gonna clap this entire place with ease. This is like one of those times where you know there's a case to be made to play on harder difficulties. Honestly, I just don't have the patience to wipe an area and keep doing it over and over.
Take that!
Everyone's like, health is high enough they can just tank all the crap.
Not this again!
Too much audio input. Audio systems overloading. Must destroy source of disturbance. Must kill sentience.
Seems like flirting with attack with the AI know how to do outside of the I thought about editing so that they would only have the powers I wanted them to use. Like if I had a Jedi, I could mod the save where they literally only have lightning or something. But that felt kind of, I don't know. I could easily do it, it just feels stupid. Like, why do I have to take things away because the game is... Because the game is... Aragnos' gauntlets. Wow, it doesn't even do anything. It just gives you +1 to attack with lightsabers, or +2 to attack with lightsabers. So you probably already have the first one already. The only case I could see for putting those on somebody is if you could put them on a non-Jedi. But the wearer has to be like full-blown dark side, and Canderous isn't even all the way dark. That would be kind of neat if there was a way to change Karth's, or not Karth's, but Canderous's morality and give him lightsabers. But I know in the Jedi, or in the Star Wars lore, typically to use a lightsaber you have to be like talented with the Force, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if the lightsabers themselves actually have like any kind of mystical powers.
I heard an explosion in there. Did you destroy the assassin droid? No, I wouldn't do that. Well, I would if I could get away with it, but I bet Master Uthar could tell if I was lying. At any rate, if you haven't already...
Yeah, it seems like that data pad's gonna be pretty...
Here it is!
Using a lot of drugs. Oh, the lever drops rocks on you?
Too long in the cold and the dark. I am disturbed again. A human.
Now this you don't see every day. This is an old spirit full of the Force. I sense great sadness and regret. Walk carefully.
A Jedi here? Why have you come to this dark place, Jedi? Why disturb my sleepless rest?
I was here once before, I think. Do you remember me?
I do, and yet I do not. The Force is so strong with you, human. Yet the face, the soul. It has been so very long. I had a name once. Ajunta Paul. Yes, that was my name. I was one of many. We were servants of the dark side. Sith Lords, we called ourselves. So proud. In the end, we were not so proud. We hid from those we had betrayed. We fell, and I knew it would be so. We hid from the Jedi, but it was not they who destroyed us. Is it not obvious what we did? We destroyed each other. We desired the secrets of each other to increase our power. We battled until finally our fortress rained down on top of us.
The Sith consumed themselves, did they? I suppose that eventually they'd be all they'd have left to fight.
And so, here, our old secret is buried, and none of us hold it anymore. Is that not right? Our power fled. Oh, what became of us? Do the Sith still thrive? Did they ever return?
Yes.
So much time has passed, and yet we have learned nothing. Nothing. I do not remember. A map? Perhaps it is a map, but it has not been buried with me. All I have now is my sword. My sword, I filled it with my pride, and it is buried with me now, a corpse as I am a corpse. I am dead as my faith is dead, and I shall remain here, surrounded by blackness in death as in life. Of course you do. You seek my power. Will it destroy you as it did me? I wish my sword to be taken away from here. I do not wish it to rot away as I have. I command this of you. If you are wise, you will not keep it. In the end, it is what destroyed me. There are 3 blades within my sarcophagus. Only one is truly my sword. But it has been so long, I do not remember which. Find the sword that is mine and place it on the statue. If it is truly mine, then it is yours. Then you must die. This is how it must be. I do remember one thing of my sword. Listen to me carefully. I am that which grips the heart in fright, hearkens night and silences the light. It was written of my sword long, long ago. Go then, find my sword and place it on the statue.
So I think we already grabbed it. There was a vibro sword that I picked up. I'm not allowed to talk to the guy. I feel like I'm gonna put the wrong one on. I am that which grips the heart in fright, hearkens night and silences the light. Must be the right one, right?
Yes, that is the one. That is the blade that destroyed me. Take it. Take it and the other blades even. Take them and go. My darkness awaits me. Our oldest secret is buried, but not here. I remember nothing else. I cannot help you. No need? What choice have I? Return? But I betrayed my old masters. They would never let me return to the light side. It is too late. Too late. If I could return... Oh, my master, it has been so long, and I regret so much.
Yeah, the only downside of it is that it's a double blade. It does give damage bonus with fire. 13 to 23 and 12 out of 12 to 42. Chance to hit is really high with it. This is what it looks like. Pretty much like every other blade you've seen in this game. The Baragouin Assault Blades are the best swords in the game, I'm fairly certain.
Sure.
Oh wow, one of his swords sucks. Why did it have to be a double blade? I mean, this seems kind of cool.
Sure.
Sure. Give it to Canderous. Although, I guess if you give it to... Nah. If you give it to the Sith guy, you get prestige. Kind of feel like the stats on it should be a little bit better.
So, the spineless worm actually made it through the tomb. Isn't it obvious? I've been hoping that someone would do the dirty work in retrieving the sword of Ajunt Paul for some time.
Typical.
Now that you have it, I just thought I'd relieve you of it.
I just don't want to listen to
It must be
Jolie
quite
anymore.
a burden, after all. Nice try. I may not know what the sword looks like, but especially not for a pathetic excuse for a Sith like yourself. Isn't it obvious? You die. Rule of the Sith. Only the strong and cunning shall survive. I've been looking.
Yes?
That'll show you.
Bro got absolutely wasted. I can't take his lightsaber? He clearly had a lightsaber. Honestly, most of the lightsabers in the game are mid just because you need the crystals to make them good.
You have the sword. Ah, yes, it's the same old story. Still, it would be wonderful if I could get a chance to study the artifact someday.
Yep, we got them all. Alright. I do believe we have explored this place in full. Yeah, we did get the ancient Sith tablet.
Greetings, young one. I have found you to be most impressive. You are off to an excellent beginning. Ah, the ones I ordered executed for their mutiny. It's done then. Indeed. We checked the caves and found only a couple of bodies. Perhaps the Chirac ate them. It is just as good, I suppose. The lesson is learned, I believe. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. Yes, so I hear. I've had reports from some students that ventured into the tomb after you left and found the parts. Well done.
I am impressed. Go now. You have done well. Ah, my old master. Still, unless you bring back something of his, some writings or similar, I am unimpressed. Jorak's fate means nothing to me. Oh, let me see. It appears my old master was busy studying the writings in one of the tombs. How interesting. I do hope you had to pry this from his dead fingers. Regardless, you have impressed me with your worthy act. Go now. Yes, so I hear. Still, it was Shardan's failure, and hardly your success now, was it? I had heard that such an artifact existed. Tell me, young one, did you acquire the device by yourself? So I see. And Lasho, does she yet live? Well done. You gained an artifact through trickery, and eliminated an opponent at the same time. That is deserving of great prestige. You have impressed me enough, by my estimation, to become a Sith in full. Congratulations, young one. You have bested the others quite completely. You have but one final test which you must take, and this requires us to travel to the tomb of Nagasado, in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I would advise you to be rested and equipped before we leave. Return to your quarters now and seek me out in the morning. When you return, make sure that you have all you will need, for you will face your test alone. Go, and may the Force serve you well.
Yeah, so I figured they would have taken it. I figured they were going to take the stuff that I gave them. So I made sure not to give them the blade in case I want to use it or sell it.
What are you doing here? Go back to Uthar and...
So then, I take it you are ready to travel to the tomb of Nagasado. It is a tomb that belonged to an ancient Sith Lord, the greatest of Korriban's Sith Lords, in fact. It is there that your test is performed. Then we go now. Very well. We are now ready for your final test, young Sith. You have earned the right to see if you shall become one of us.
Indeed you have.
I dislike your tone, Thurman. What are you up to now?
Nothing, of course, my master. I was merely agreeing with you. Should we not get on with the test?
Yes. Yes, of course. We are in the sacred tomb of Nagasado, young one. The one discovered by Darth Malak and Darth Revan years ago. You are to follow in their footsteps and reach the ancient star map that lies deep within. There you will find a lightsaber, amongst other things. The lightsaber is for you, your initiation present. Return to us once you have it. For you, the test does not end there.
Be very cautious here. This tomb is like the others in this valley, and many of its old defenses remain active.
Do you understand what I have told you? Are you ready to begin? Good. Euthura and I will await your return.
How many times am I gonna have to apply my buffs? In the game, remember that I already applied them? top can be transferred to any without fear of overload. Mid upper, so if it has a active top system, so you do that before the top. You do the second highest one before the top. The mid lower system only be transferred to another pillar that either has no systems or only the base system active. Move the top to the far right. System from the left. Then the lowest can only be safely transferred to another that has no systems or only the base system activated. No systems active on it or it will cause an overload. Top can be transferred to any of them. Mid upper causes an overload if transferred to a pillar with an active top system. Mid lower system may only be safely transferred to another pillar that either has no systems or only the base system active. Alright, so left to the right. Middle. The mid-upper one, an overload if transferred to a pillar with an active top system. Top can be moved any of them without it overloading. Mid upper can be put there as long as you don't have an active top system. Mid lower system either has no systems or only the base system active, which is what that one there is. We need to find a way to move the right one without it getting fucked up. So we have to find a way to move this. This can't be moved to this one because it'll overload it. This one can only be moved where there's nothing or only the bottom one. The bottom one has to be by itself. Top can go anywhere. Mid-upper can't transfer to a pillar with an active top system. But you could move the top and then move the one below it. The mid-lower can be transferred to any of them that has the base system active, but if you do that, you can't move this one on the far left. Base system can only be transferred to a blank pillar. So you have to find a way to make the one on the far right blank. fucking Rubik's Cube. So we can move this, then we wouldn't be able to move the others. Top goes anywhere. Middle just can't be somewhere where the top is. Mid lower has to have nothing or base system. Base can only be transferred to blank. So you have to have a way for the very bottom one to get over here without overloading the system. The middle one, or the left one, oh wait, no, I see it. I see it. I think I see it. It goes back to the middle. This has to go back to the right. Or the left, rather. Then the next one from the middle can go to the left. Oh shit. Oh. I misread it. I looked at it so many times and I still misread it. You have to do it in that order. The top can go anywhere. This mid-upper can't go anywhere where the top is. Move a system from the left pillar. Yeah, this makes me feel like super dumb. So the left can only move to a blank one. So we need to figure out a way to make the others blank without fucking it up. meant to put it in the middle. This one can only go where the base system is. Okay. Finally. Base has to go on the right. We're not out of this yet. The left can go anywhere, or the top can go anywhere, but the mid-upper one can't go where there's an active top, so you have to put this here. But then how do you get it to where it doesn't? You have to take the middle one and put it on the right for a second, so that you can get this one off. And then you have to take the right one, put it into the middle one. And then the left one goes onto the right. And then transfer the top to the left, because the mid-upper can't go where there's an active top. Middle goes to the right. And then finally, this has to go on. Jesus, we must have spent like 10 minutes on that or more. Holy hell, that was terrible. There better be some fucking dank-ass loot in there. Holy shit. Yeah, sorry that took so long. That was insane. Yeah, that was probably like a solid at least 10 minutes of figuring that out. That wasn't even like a required part of this either. We got Nagasato's Poison Blade. We got the Ariadu Strength Amplifier. Yeah, no, that was definitely not worth it. We did it, though. That was probably one of the worst puzzles in the game, I think. Just because I'm not very good with, like, Rubik's Cube kind of things, and that was definitely a Rubik's Cube kind of puzzle. Datapad. How many items in this game have the name Datapad? Oh no, I got trashed. Oh no, what the hell? Okay, alright. Did I save? If I didn't save, I'm gonna crash out, I'm gonna be honest. Oh god. I actually might not have saved. Did I do it? Okay. Okay, I saved. I was like, wait. I was about to be so mad, dude. Oh my god. So glad I saved. That room is tough. You gotta put on a shield for that one. My guy is not as tanky as I thought. That guy's gonna try to fight me. Give me the stuff. Yeah, we're kind of breaking the game here because normally if you're dark side, you're not really able to use like force heal, or it's like a lot more expensive, so you got to run a lot of med packs. All right, let's just hit the old quick save before we go in here. Oh wait, this is not where we went before. This is where we went. And then we found the data pad. Can only assume that one of the pillars leads to a way to remove the acid pool. Fire or ice. Wouldn't fire create toxic fumes? So you choose a pillar. I got mega buffs. I got the biggest armor on that I can. Now whether it'll be enough to kill these guys, I honestly don't know. It looks like they have a ton of health. And they're still getting hit for a lot of damage. That's fucking tough. Oh, you fucking... It's interesting there's not an item in game that can regenerate except rely on regeneration however you can. No, fucking stop auto-attacking. The auto-attack mechanism makes no sense. Yeah, they're doing like 30 damage a hit. No, stop auto-attacking, fucking idiot. Oh my god. Lost my first. Really gotta run. This is such a bitchy way to fight these guys, but like I just don't have the health to fight them like the normal way. And I can try to go up to him and attack him. A lot of damage, it's just that I can't take it. Dude, why? What part of using a advanced med pack makes you think I want to auto attack? That's so bad. The combat might be one of the worst parts of this entire game, and I definitely don't mind it that much. Like, it doesn't bother me that much, but it is a little stupid if we're being honest. And of course this data pad's not here, so we gotta fucking look through the whole thing. Not that I want to be negative about it, it's just like, holy shit, dude. It's just flavor text. It's time to delete some of these saves. We have way too many saves. At least all of this is within the last hour. Pillar of fire, pillar of ice. Probably pillar of ice so that you can freeze the acid pool. We got a special cold grenade. Special fire grenade. I guess we'll take it either way. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. I quick saved and my armor's gone. I don't know if that's a coincidence. There goes the ice. I'm almost curious, like if I don't actually know when I quick saved, so I probably shouldn't. I was like, I'm curious what the fire does, because the fire probably fucks it up. It probably... Yeah, let me see what the fire one does, just because I'm curious. Too late. You realize the fumes are poisonous. Fail state. Yep. That's fine. That's what we got this save for. I mean, throwing fire at a pool of acid does seem pretty stupid anyway. Wrong way. My guy has no awareness. There's the star map. Woohoo! We got the star map. This is the only star map where your companions aren't around to see. So this leads to the Star Forge. Sith lightsaber. Hey yo, we got our own Sith lightsaber, and it's probably... Is it better stats? 2 to 16. I think 2 to 16 is the base stats for a saber. Yeah. Doesn't even give extra chance to hit or anything. You gotta give me a reason to be evil, man. So far, all the dark side shit that I've seen is kind of bad. Like all the dark side gear. Like you would think the dark side gear would be fucking cracked compared to the light side gear if they mechanically wanted you to pick dark side. That's just my 2 cents, though.
So, you return to us with the lightsaber in hand, as I knew you would.
The Force has served you well.
You took a great risk in acquiring the artifact. You used your mind and your power. No peaceful meditation, no pacifism. Sometimes you must fight in order to achieve. This gives you your passion. This makes you stronger. This is what makes you superior. That is the lesson we teach with that part of the final test. Do you understand?
I should mention the outfits for the Sith. Like, it's understandable that, like, the normal Sith recruits would wear something like this, but when you have, like, the master of, like, the temple wearing this kind of, like, officer armor or officer outfit, it just looks really silly. I don't know.
True, but most would say they fight only when they must, or not at all. We are the ones who know that struggle is what makes us superior. When a Jedi acts, it is with skill, true, but the Jedi teach you that your passions are counterproductive, that strength is only found in peace. Did you not feel a moment of excitement in the tomb? Did your passions not flow and make you feel stronger and more alive? What purpose would be served by restricting yourself from such? I would say only the purpose of the Jedi. Through this, they would control you and restrict your potential.
Yeah.
If you came to the Academy, you must have felt the stirrings within you that cry out for the freedom of the dark side, that cry out for release. I can only show you the path that will lead to power and superiority. You have followed it this far. You must decide if you are capable of continuing.
Almost reminds me of Magneto from X-Men. Kind of like this, like, you know, mutant superiority. It's understandable. I mean, if you had godlike powers, you'd probably think you're better than everybody too, especially if you got better at those powers than anybody else. But, like, that's one of the funny things is, like, all of the Sith believing that, and all of them believing that they can be the most powerful, is kind of funny. I do probably align... I don't know. I mean, I don't align with, like, the mustache-twirling villain aspect of the Sith that KOTOR 1 seems to be more focused on. Like, I would almost rather be this type of Sith. If you could be the type of Sith that Master Uthar is, then I would probably like it more. If there was a way to be an intelligent Sith instead of just like a straight up, I'm gonna kill everybody, I'm gonna rob everybody, you know. One of the issues a lot of people have with KOTOR 1 is its lack of nuance when it comes to the dark side compared to KOTOR 2. That being said, in KOTOR 2, a lot of the dark side choices are similarly binary. The only real difference is that your companions, without spoiling anything, your companions have a larger role in the decisions that you make, and your choices impact your companions significantly more than they do in this game. So with that, you know, despite a lot of the choices being binary, you'll notice in the next game that, you know, whether you're good or evil, it does affect your companions in a real tangible way, and your companions will have more of a strong reaction as well to what you're doing. And I think that that's interesting. Like, not every companion is just malleable based on the choices you make, but the ones that are really are, and the ones that aren't are mainly going to give a lot more commentary on your actions, and whether you actually like that or not, or whether I like that or not, that's something that we'll be able to discuss, you know, when I get into the second game.
This is where your path ends, young one. There is no turning back once you have embarked on it. Perhaps not to someone of your natural strength. The point is in the recognition of the nature of the act, rather than its sheer difficulty. Good. The last part of your test will now commence. Here, you will learn the lesson of competition. All life must compete in order to flourish. Such is the natural way of the universe. To stand still is to know death. One must always be moving forward. So it is the same amongst the Sith. Compete or die. Mercy is irrelevant. So it behooves you in this final test to strike down one you are familiar with, for no other reason than to prove you are superior and without mercy. Normally, this would be against another student. You, however, get a special treat. You will fight Euthura here, my own apprentice.
What? So this is what you had planned all along? You wish me killed?
Indeed. You have become too ambitious, Euthura. It is time for you to die, and someone more talented to take your place.
No. It is time for you to die, Master. My pupil stands with me.
Oh, is this true, young one? You wish to join Euthura in her foolish scheme?
So a couple of things. Euthura, you get like no time with her, so you don't really get any chance to decide if you really want to side with her. And it makes me wonder about the light side or dark side implications of this decision. Like, if you were just metagaming and you're like, I'm a light side Andy, you know, like, is there a reason to side with Euthura on this one? Like, I feel like you're gonna get dark side points either way, because it's not necessarily noble to have Euthura strike down Uthar when she's gonna do the same thing that Uthar's doing. And also, Uthar, you know, the way he's talking about it, he's like, you know, someone more talented should take your place and you become too ambitious. It's like, it's really short-sighted of such an intelligent character like Uthar. Like, he seems intelligent, but he's very short-sighted because, yeah, I'm with him now, but the same thing is going to happen, right? The apprentice gets more powerful as it goes on, and then the apprentice would immediately, you know, once they see a window of opportunity, they go in for the kill. They betray their master. And the cycle is perpetuated long enough that any Sith should be able to see this coming. So it feels to me like having a Sith apprentice at all is like kind of asking to die. Like, if you wanted to be more powerful, why would you train someone else? Why would you take someone on as your apprentice? Just because, like, the chances of being overthrown are extremely high. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, the whole act of, like, apprentice and master when it comes to Sith would have died out like a long time ago if they had any sense whatsoever. If you actually break it down, it makes literally no sense. Why would you have an apprentice if that apprentice is always going to kill you? And what's worse is that the Sith believe that if an apprentice has a chance to kill their master, then they have to do so or they're weak. So then the master's like, well, my apprentice is such a little bitch because they didn't try to kill me when they could, but then if they try to kill me, then they're also bad. It's like you just lose. You just lose either way, right? There's no way to win if you're a Sith. You're both mistaken. I choose me. Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
You are indeed a fool if you think to oppose us both, young one.
To think that I actually hoped you could be of use to me.
This makes no sense. You will never become a Sith if you turn on us both. What could you hope to accomplish?
Also, what's the logic that I have to work with this guy to become a Sith? A Sith seems like they just do what they want. It's like the Ironborn in Game of Thrones. It's like I pay the iron price for my glory. You know, I earn what I do what I do.
Betrayed. He is a spy.
Do not fret, my dear. All will be as it was quickly enough.
You will pay for this, fool. We will destroy you.
I thought about siding with Euthura just because, like, hot Twi'lek energy, but I'm also like, meh. Oh, I don't even have any of my buffs, lol. Okay. They both just tried to force me at the same time. I think it's time for some insanity. Oh, that's beautiful. Start off with some Death Field into some Force Storm. Oh, he's just gonna resist it anyway. Okay, well, they're about to break. First, we're gonna med pack, then we're gonna slice the shit out of this dude. Okay, he got fucked. Death field. Look at her trying to death field on me. You can't beat single combat. Yeah. Security domination interface. 3,000 credits. I had 1,500 credits on it. It's interesting because a lot of times in this game, the motivation for being a Sith is to get credits, but you get credits if you kill them. It's kind of lame. They don't give you a better reward for killing those two. You should get some kind of special weapon. I mean, that was kind of a boss fight. I don't know. I'm just bickering. I'm just bitching, aren't I? Yeah, I mean, once you kind of like dissect the Sith. It's like the Sith are kind of like, they're cool, like aesthetically they're cool, they just don't make a lot of sense, do they? They're essentially, I don't know, they're essentially always on the back foot until they like fully take over, and even then, the infighting among them makes it so they can't maintain any kind of order, you know, unless it's like totalitarian. You know, like the way that Palpatine was able to, you know, have the Empire ruling. I don't know. I think the thing with the Star Wars universe is that there's so much lessons of morality and the hero's journey and like things baked into it from the start that you can never really escape those. Like you never, the good guys or the bad guys can never really fully win, you know, because that would just be, I don't know, it's just not the type of story they want to tell, right? So like, but as a result, it makes the Sith look weaker. Like when you're watching the Empire in the original trilogy and the stormtroopers can't hit the broadside of a barn with their blaster pistol, or you know, and it just seems kind of like silly.
Greetings. I don't think I've seen you at the Academy before. My name's Dak Vesser.
Hand tools. Yeah, I don't know. And then the Republic just usually has like some kind of ridiculous plot armor that makes it so that like they just can't ever really be put down, even though the Sith usually have the greater numbers, and especially when it comes to like the Rebellion, which is obviously different than the Republic. But like, dude, the Rebellion winning is like ultimate plot armor. In the original trilogy, the Rebellion winning is literally ultimate plot armor. You can't tell me with the Empire's increased forces, increased technology, increased hold over the galaxy, increased like, you know, obedience compared to, you know, like the Rebellion is literally just like, it's like the underdog fighting the tyrannical regime, but it's like, from a practical standpoint, it makes no sense, right? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like hitting the point where I'm like, this is just, you know, a carving of like the story they want to tell, which is not a bad thing. I just think like when you're a kid, it's a lot easier to be like, oh yeah, of course the Rebellion wins because they're the good guys, and then you get older and you're like, it would be awesome if the Rebellion or the Republic or any good side in these conflicts, you know, across Star Wars history, if they actually had a good reason to win. But like the Jedi are so dysfunctional and the Sith are so dysfunctional, you know. But on top of that, while the Jedi typically have greater numbers in most eras besides the Old Republic, they're lacking in military might for the most part. I think the only exception to that was like maybe the Clone Wars, where the clones were superior to the droid armies, but I don't know. Those were essentially like fodder just to build up to like the Jedi. Like there are so many Jedi. I don't know. Maybe I don't have the full picture. It just feels to me like most of the time that the Sith should have won, they didn't win, and it was because of plot reasons.
You there. How is it that you're leaving Naga Sadow's tomb by yourself? You went in for your final test, didn't you? Where is Master Uthar? You lie. It's a spy!
But if the spy was able to kill Master Uther...
Don't be such a coward! Kill the traitor! Do it now!
I got tricks. I'm gonna go in and tear this place to shreds. I think aesthetically I align more with the Sith. The Sith usually look badass, and you know I'm into that. But I don't know. Outside of that,
You're dead.
Here it is. Alright guys, hold on. Hold up a second. Time for that Master Valor. Good night, Sith student.
That'll show you. That'll show you.
You'll notice a lot of the time they try to force powers on me, it doesn't really work. Force saves are relatively high. Even my standard attack does like 60 plus damage. Okay, loot the body. Does that mean there were more bodies over here to loot? I feel like there were. Oh yeah, there's a footlocker over there we didn't even get into yet. As we know, the loot is kind of mid a lot of the time, but we'll take it anyway. We need everything we can get for the rest of the game, I think. But yeah, hope you guys have been enjoying the game so far. Like when I was saying all that about like the Republic, the Sith, the the different sides. Like it's not me. It's not a condemnation of the game necessarily, or like of the universe. It's just it's just observing. It's just observing a little bit about the universe that I think is sometimes overlooked.
Not this again! Oh!
People try to be sensitive, but sometimes it's simple. Sometimes it's... People are like, well, how could the Republic have done this? Or how could the Sith have done this? And it's like... I don't want to be super duper cynical, but it's like it's usually... And it's not necessarily cynical to say this, but it's because it's the way that the... It's the way the writers wanted the story to go, which may be a cop-out. It may be an oversimplification in some cases. But in a lot of cases, I think it's accurate. It's sort of like when people say, "Oh, what superhero would win versus this who would win, like Wolverine or Thor?" And it's like whoever the writers want to win that particular time. And that's not to take away from interesting discussions or it's fun to discuss things like that. It's just to ultimately to say that when it comes to like power scaling of like fictional IP, it's a lot harder to fully track. I feel like. What item did I just lose? Maybe I lost my Sith medallion. I have always been a Star Wars fan. I don't know. Like, I like the idea of the Old Republic because I think it's cool when there's like a ton of Sith. I think it's cool that there was a totally different era that was never beaten to death the way that the modern eras of Star Wars are. And I almost, I wish this game explored its morality with a little bit more nuance, because you can see the potential if they had. You can see how rich the storytelling is in this game, even with the rather limited take on morality, the rather black and white. Jedi are always good, Sith are always bad. You know, when it comes down to it, the Sith don't have enough motivations to meaningfully side with them. It's like when you're playing Fallout New Vegas, what real reason is there to side with Caesar's Legion? You know, it's like, obviously that's a whole other discussion for a whole other video, but that's that kind of that analogy could be applied, I think, to Star Wars in a big way. It's like, typically, outside of just being a mustache twirling villain, there's not really like a huge reason to even go evil. Let me sell this for 500. What the fuck?
You're a Sith, right?
I am the only Sith left on this planet. Probably. Maybe I left somebody alive. Doesn't matter, we're leaving. This is a cool planet, though. I like the ancient Sith tombs. I like the I like what they were doing here. I think this was really neat. If they ever had made a KOTOR 3, I think they would have expanded the shit out of it. Obviously, games like that, like having a third game in a series, you know, I think with the way that RPGs were going, there's a very good chance that a KOTOR 3 would have been like an open world grind fest, similar to like a lot of the Assassin's Creed games past a certain point, instead of like a focused narrative. So one of the big priorities, I think, would be keeping that focused narrative aspect about the game, and if they weren't able to do that, that would be unfortunate. This seems pretty good. Attack bonus, damage versus alignment group. Oh, that's got to be one of the better ones, right? Seems pretty good. Massive criticals, 2d6. This one just gives you a straight up attack bonus. This one has the Genruax. So which one's better, the Crate Dragon Pearl or the Opala one? This one doesn't give you an attack bonus. So what's your chance to hit so far? Plus this hand, you have a much less chance to hit. That kind of sucks. Look how much. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Some of the characters seem to have that downside a little bit less, though. Yeah, what's Juhani's strength like? Still not very high. I didn't really spend a lot of time with her this playthrough. There have been playthroughs in the past where I just took her to every planet. I literally would just take Juhani and Jolie to every single planet, but honestly, I don't think Juhani's story is necessarily that interesting. Basically, she was enslaved, her parents were enslaved. You can come across some slavers on one of the planets if you get lucky. That's another thing, is like the scripting around getting companions' quests to trigger is like super spotty in this game, to the point where you have to like manipulate it if you actually want to see all of it. And part of me is like, this game is not necessarily one that bodes well with replays. Like, it's not a bad thing to replay. There's definitely more things that you can notice, and there's a lot of fun things you can do. At the very least, if you wanted to try a dark side run, you could play it again. But I don't think it's the type of game where it's like you should feel obligated to play it over again. So for that reason, a lot of people will try to trigger all the companion quests, you know, in the same run. One of the difficulties with that is just sometimes you'll get to something too late and something won't spawn, or you'll walk into every spaceport with this companion trying to trigger the quest and it won't trigger. And so there's definitely a lot of issues with how smooth that process is, which is a little unfortunate.
Yes, what's on your mind? I think so. If he's anything like he used to be, Dustil hates to be tricked. There's no way he'll let the Sith trick him again. As for whether or not he'll be my son again, I don't know. He's so full of anger and hate. I wasn't expecting him to be like this. Well, maybe we can work it out. I hope so. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Thanks, by the way, for all your help.
I think it honestly makes a lot of sense that Karth's son is like a little fireball like he is. Alright, let's go to Yavin again. Because they gotta have new stock by now, and I really want that other blade. That was one thing I wanted to get the triggers for, was the Yavin area, because you're supposed to visit it 3 different times. And you can get, eventually the Trandoshans will show up and they'll fight the vendor there. And you can step in and help.
What?
What is it?
I am super biased. I absolutely hate Juhani's voice actor. It's like I hate most of what Jolie says, and I hate Juhani's voice actor. Like, I hate the way she sounds. Like, I don't hate her personally, but I just hate the way she sounds. It's nothing personal. I just not a fan of the sound of the voice. And honestly, maybe I am that shallow that would prevent me from taking a companion. I mean, the only reason I used to take her all the time was because she was a Jedi Guardian, and I really wanted a Jedi Guardian in my party, but I don't know. I'd rather have more interesting companions. Not that I think she's an uninteresting companion. I just don't think she's like that crazy interesting. Like, you could literally take her out.
Yes?
If you're just trying to go dark side, and you probably wouldn't miss her that much. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That sounds really like cold, but I don't think she's one of the more impressive characters from a storytelling perspective. Like, it's sad what happened to her and her family, but something about the writing and the way her voice sounds, I like all the other companions in this game better. Just wait till we get to the second game. I have a lot of opinions on the companions in the second game, but they are interesting if nothing else. There we go. They're showing up. They're showing up to smack some bitches around. Alright. Slice them up, boys.
Yes.
Oh shit, it's grenade time.
This is what I live. That'll show you. That'll show you.
This is what a Jedi can do.
Here it is.
That is what a Jedi.
That'll show you. That'll show you.
Okay. Still a couple guys over this way.
That'll show you.
Oh, we're hitting those fatty levels.
That'll show you.
Let's get him, boys. Damn, that was a lot of XP. Holy shit. Take that. Mantle of the Force. 25,000 credits. I think Heart of the Guardian is the better one, if I'm not mistaken. What's the best? Best lightsaber, crystal, KOTOR. So you want both of these. These are both color. So these are both color mods. Okay, we got some things that we need to sell in that case. I don't know that selling those is really going to matter. I mean, the computer spikes, I don't think you're going to be using those, to be honest. None of my party uses computer spikes. Sell that. Sell that. It's just Jedi robe. This one sucks. It's not even upgradable. This one sucks. This one sucks. This is what I had Canderous wearing, but it's fine. I had more than one of them, damn. This is upgradable. This is what I had Carthon for a while. Nagasato's Poison Blade. On hit poison, average damage DC 25. Oh, this is literally worth nothing. Wow, Agenta Paul's blade is worth nothing. We have so many lightsabers that we can sell. We got Bastila's lightsaber in there. I only ever got one double-bladed lightsaber. That feels crazy to me. There are a couple of these that like we definitely don't need. I don't want to sell Karth's blaster. Feels bad. And most of these are terrible. We have so many grenades. We don't even use grenades. Tulak Horde's mask is worth 64 credits. What the fuck? Why is it only worth that much? That sucks. I can't even use these. Like, there's no way, right? I don't really want any of those. We already know we got them. Like, do we really need to keep them just because? Alright, let's see if there's anything else that's like genuinely worth getting. Baragwin Heavy Repeating Blaster, it's upgradable. So probably be the last time we go to this place for this playthrough. Yeah, implant level 3 doesn't even seem worth it because by the time you get here, you just don't have enough credits to buy everything you want to buy. Medical interface visor. I feel like at some point your treat injury stat doesn't even need to go that high, right? Yeah, we're spending the big bucks today. I don't know, most of this stuff... Like, there's a couple items that he sells that are just so good, but a lot of it you don't even need. Yeah, I think the shadow armor was like the only one where I was like... It could go on mission, but... Yeah, giving him both Baragwin Assault Blades was my goal from the beginning.
What is it?
What?
I'm gonna keep running these. Let's see here. What level am I now? 19? One more level to go. So we're capping out. Just going injury to 10. Yeah, I mean, like, if you really wanted to push your stats, you could probably get implant level 3 here and then spend some extra credits on an implant. As for powers, you have all the best powers. Force Storm, Insanity, Destroy Droid, Master Valor, Master Speed, Heal, Death Field. Like, none of the other force powers are even good. I don't want to say none of them are good, it's just like, you don't need them. Stasis Field does the same thing as Insanity. Just requires you to be higher level to cap it out. That's like one of the only mechanics where it's like being on the dark side actually gives you a cool power a little bit earlier. I mean, in the early game, 3 levels is like pretty significant. I'm gonna go Force Shield because it might be useful. So it seems like you can't get more than a +10 bonus in any given stat, but I could be wrong. Okay. Hit him with the quick save. I don't know, there's definitely some things you can sell here. Really should be a way to do like a mass sell. Nobody else in my party can even wear these. I'll keep one just in case. Fiber armor is worse than anything anybody has. Same thing with the poison blade. Worthless. Worthless. Outclassed by the blade here, even though it's like not necessary. Are we keeping, like, literally any of the lightsabers? I don't think so. Honestly, I just don't use grenades. I think everybody who wants strength gauntlets has them already. I think so. Just gives you a flat +7 increase to like all of this stuff. That's kind of cool. Holy shit. Gives you proficiency with everything. Why don't they have something like this for strength? Like, all the implants you can buy here are, like, kind of bad, aren't they? I thought about the shadow armor, but I'm like, kind of a waste of money. Like, mission's just not very powerful. People insist online that she's powerful, and I'm like, I don't see it. Which one do I even need the most? I need, like, one that gives me, like, the cardio plus 4, or constitution plus 4, I think. But I don't think he sells that one now. Not at the moment, he doesn't. This gives you dex plus 2. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. He doesn't even sell it. Well, whatever. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna find another vendor that has like anything we care about. Probably not. It's kind of hilarious. This blade is like barely worse than my lightsabers. It actually has a higher hit chance than both of my lightsabers with all their cool stuff on them. That feels like bad design. Is that bad design? That a sword can be better than a lightsaber? Like, in what world is a sword better than a lightsaber? guess Master Valor, I don't know. Bro's a soldier, so he gets like no buffs or anything. Gets like no feats. Yeah, if you want to see what it would be like if you had almost all soldier levels and no Jedi levels, like if you had no Jedi from the start mod, Canderous is probably what it would look like. Access denied. Can I get into those places? Alright. Yeah, I think that is roughly it. The only thing I was thinking that would be really cool to have is if I took the cardio system off of Karth and put it on my character, because now I have the ability to use it. So then all my stats would be pretty high. I would effectively have +8 bonus to Constitution, +10 bonus to Wisdom, +7 to Charisma. They better give me one more attribute point so I can make that odd number even. That would be really nice. Yeah, so then I think we're going to Karth and we're giving him a normal cardio package because I probably won't take him for the rest of this time. What is this? Oh, it's a worse version of the cardio power system. Yeah, so now you have... okay. Still better than what we had before. Go over to this really quick. So, if you're trying to min-max, these two crystals right here will actually give you, not only do they juice the shit out of your lightsabers, I think they give, there's some kind of extra things, like blaster bolt, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's fucking huge. Yeah, that one... makes your attack rolls like super wide on that, super high on that one. Generation force points. Which one said that? One of them, yeah, I was gonna say one of these regenerates force points. Damn, that actually might be potentially worth taking. This gives you a dexterity bonus now. This makes you regenerate 3 force points. So it essentially makes all of the crystals better. Interesting. Yeah, these are the best crystals you can buy, but... Am I making a mistake by not running one of the... Seems like no matter what you do, that one is just worse than this one. This Mantle of the Force one is going to make all your crystals even better. I'd be curious to see what happens if you put the Mantle of the Force combined on this one. How does it affect this one? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Either way, both of these with... yeah, these are both strong now. This one's definitely less strong. Your attack chances are just a little low. Interesting. So your force point regeneration does not stack. Is there anything else that doesn't stack? Does it just take the highest roll of either one? This is damage bonus energy +2. This is damage bonus energy 3. So if you were to take these off for a second, 2 out of 16, 5 out of 19, 7 out of 21. Okay. Six out of 27. Seems like they definitely want you to take this one. That's fine. Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I am going to end this part right here. I'll be back.